Alright, so it's the next morning after I went on ahead and put this out here. It looks like I was thinking about it. I don't really have much to do today. So I was thinking maybe it would be a good idea to just go ahead and start getting the gas line ran to it. And I'm not an electrician, so I'm not going to try to run it into my house's wiring, into the box over there on the other side. But I figured maybe I can just put like an electric circuit connection right here and just run an extension cord from it, and it just at least to have it where it'll at least be able to generate power, off an extension cord. So my main goal right now is to the kitchen is right behind here, and I don't have any way to get anything out of here. So I'm thinking if the kitchen is here and the stove is here, maybe I can just tee off the stove out here. So that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do today. I think I can get it all done in one day. And at least I got something, because I've had this generator for about a year and I have just been putting it off. So I'm going to go ahead and just do it today. Right, so I got the, I'm in the kitchen here. I got the stove pulled out. I don't really use the stove. I use like a toaster oven, so I don't really need the stove. I guess I could come out of here with a T-fitting. I might do that. I might come up in here and go with a T-fitting, but I don't know. I'm going to do something here and then put a hole through the wall. It's going to come out somewhere back there, and the generator is somewhere behind this wall outside. And then from there, yeah, I'll be able to run natural gas onto that generator. All right, so I've got this connector off going to the stove. I'm just going to probably have to take the piece out of the wall sheetrock here to or take this piece off and then go that way with the drill. All right, so I don't have a cap, so I'm just going to use a piece of paper towel right now, but I'm just trying to keep dirt out of the pipe here. And I'm going to just use my drill and drill through the wall here and see if we can get to the other side outside. Shouldn't take much. Alright, so it came out the other side. So yeah, the floor is like way up here somewhere, so yeah, that's gonna have to come out and down like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and drill my hole here and then start worrying about getting another pipe. I'm about to go to the store and get some pipe. Alright, so as you can see, the generator is on the other side of this hole. So the only thing I gotta do is get the pipe. I think I got it where it'll stick straight out, but not sure just yet. I'm about to figure out my T-fittings and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm just gonna head on to the store now because I'm pretty sure I don't have that in stock. So I gotta think about it, and then I'm gonna go and head to the store and buy the fit. Alright, just got back from the store. About $140 later. I've got a lot of things here. Actually $120 because that there is just for the flagpole light. That light needs to be replaced there. So I'm going to replace that afterwards. But yeah, I got the half-inch, 4-foot liquid tight electrical wiring whip that will go into this for my electrical box. That will go to this outlet, which will go to the waterproof cover. And then as far as the gas pipe, I'm going to do 10 inches through the hole. There it is at right there. Yeah, 10 inches through that hole right there. It was a 6-inch length between the back of the wall where the appliance stove is. And from there, I think the closest I could find was a 10-inch pipe, or a nipple as they call it. So I went with that, which won't put it much further out. Then after that, I'm going to go 24 inches down the side of the wall and then shoot out, which is going to be about in line of what that is. Shoot out about, I think this was 30 inches. Yeah, 30 inches and that should take me to my connector right here. And then I've got my elbows, 2-inch elbow, a quantity of 290-degree half-inch elbows, along with a close here so that I can put into the, am I missing something? Might be missing something, but there should be a fitting to go back into the range, at the back of the range in the kitchen. There's a stove, so I'm gonna go ahead and start looking at this and go from there. Alright, so I had to go back to the store. This is the piece I forgot to get, so I'm gonna put that T fitting on there and put this nipple here to go through the wall and go from there. Do a test fit here with the 10-inch pipe into the hole and see if I can thread it. Alright, so I've been to the store several times just to find out that I had that little connector right there to go into that flare coupling, which would have worked. So now I just put this here in between, and we should be ready to do a pressure test here in a minute. Alright, so I've performed the leak test. Ended up having to cut a little bit more of the wall out, just because this fitting right here swings out and this here comes up on the top. Had to get a wrench in there. But yeah, I tested everything with the soapy water. It looks good. I did have to take this apart again because I think, well, no, it wasn't that. I put a cap on here. The only thing was leaking was the cap. So I expect the cap to leak a little bit because I didn't tighten it down. But that right there is not leaking, I don't think. Yeah, that's good. Yep, looks good. So now I can go ahead and just put a battery in it, see what happens. Alright, let's see what happens. I got the battery hooked up. Go ahead and turn on the power to the battery. And let's see what happens. There shouldn't be anything else powered up, so it should just crank up and run. It's probably going to take a minute because there's no gas. It needs to get some gas. Alright, I don't see anything. Let me just see what happens here. Got to put a shut off right here. Yep, ran's good. So only thing I got to do now is wire in the power, which is right here. I'm gonna probably, because I think there's a breaker here. It has a 50 amp breaker. I don't know if you can see it. See about, I don't know if I'm gonna leave it at 50 or move it down to 20. Just to be on the safe side, because I want to make sure, because what I'm probably gonna end up doing is running an extension cord. So we'll have to do that. I'm gonna go ahead and check for leaks now just to make sure nothing else is leaking. And that's it. Yeah, I'm just checking here because I hear some noises here, like maybe there may be a leak here, or maybe there's air inside of here. So probably need to check for leaks. May need a new cap or something. Might need to look into putting some new hoses on it. Probably just check the cooling system. Alright, so from what I'm looking at here, looks like the coolant, it may be just water, I'm not sure. Based on the smell, it may have a little coolant in it, but it looks like cooling system is going to need to be flushed. And it looks like it might have had a little bit of a leak around the top of it, so I'm gonna have to flush the cooling system on it. So yeah, I'm draining it right now. Looks like it was just, well, I don't know if that's, looks like, to me it looks like mostly water. So I'm thinking it might have had water in it. Fortunately, I don't see any leaks anywhere where it might have got damaged. But I'm gonna flush it and then put some antifreeze in it. Yeah, I'm just draining it right now. I think it's probably mostly water in here. I'm gonna check it out a little bit more, but I'm thinking that's what it is, because it doesn't really smell too much like coolant. So at the very least, I think it needs to be drained and flushed. Yeah, this cooling system is full of sediment. I just disconnected the water cooling heater, and I'm putting water in the radiator from the water hose. And I mean, look how brown that water is. It's pretty bad. So I don't think anything was in here to help prevent corrosion. So I'm definitely going to probably have to put another water pump on it just to be on the safe side. But yeah, it's full of corrosion. I'm still flushing it. Still kind of dirty. I'm waiting until it clears up. Once it clears up, then I can go ahead and put something else in there. Woo! Yeah, it's a lot of sediment in there when I did that. Oh, it really gets in there. Alright, so I just put in my valve that I forgot. So now I'm just wiping it down, kind of cleaning up a little bit. And yeah, she's pretty much almost ready to go. I'm going to go ahead while I'm out here and do the electrical. Like I said, I'm just going to put an outlet in here and go from there.